Welcome inside week 3 of the Bismarck Bucks Coaches Show. As always, I'm your host, David Sugarman. Thanks so much for joining us today. The Bucks are feeling well rested, as they should, after catching the early bye week following the week 1 win against the Green Bay Blizzard. Now, Saturday's home opener against the Massachusetts Pirates is inching closer and closer by the moment, but no matter how close it is, the Bucks' excitement to finally get back in front of their home fans for the first time in over a calendar year is about ready to boil over.
We've been talking about this since we left from Green Bay. Like, we didn't want to take a bye week. We was ready for them to come on down the next weekend. But we really excited and pumped up. And just can't wait to get back out there.
Being home is different energy, different vibe. So I can't wait for it. I can't wait for all the fans to be loud, and it's like when we score and when we do good. I can't wait for all that.
Definitely looking forward to packing the house, for sure, definitely. It's going to be really, really fun. It's definitely for the home crowd to get a chance to see the new Bismarck Bucks.
Now, just because the Bucks had a bye week, that doesn't exactly mean that they had the week off. What do I mean by that? Saturday, the Bucks held their third Young Bucks training camp to try and spark a love of football for the next generation of players and maybe create a little bit of buzz for Saturday. 125 local boys and girls took the field at the Bismarck Event Center to learn from the Bucks in all phases of the game. Relationships were made. A few touchdown celebrations might have even been hatched. We'll have to see if we get a spike that good this Saturday. And most importantly, the Bucks bonded with the community that they hope to make into lifelong fans.
I love working with kids, so it's going to be really fun. They have all the energy, they bring the little kid out of you. Through the inner kid that you have, it brings that out of you. So I think it'll be very fun. I love doing this stuff.
Oh, it's a blast, man. You got all these kids that just love being out here, getting to be with us and do the stuff that we do. So you can tell that they're just beaming with energy, and they're glad to be out here, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
You're doing something different with the team other than football, and most importantly, you're interacting with the community. So it's best to get involved with the community as much as you can.
All the campers, including everyone's favorite mascot Tag, had a great time learning the fundamentals of the game and rubbing shoulders with the 2021 Bucks. But don't just take our word for it.
Probably that they have experience and you get to, so they give you like an inside shot of what it feels like in a game.
I like the kicking one that I did.
You can throw the ball and you can, I like running, so you run a lot so you can get touchdowns.
We hope to see a couple touchdowns from those guys, and who knows, Coach Miller may have even found a few future Bucks out there at the event center on Saturday. Speaking of Coach Miller, we've got the Bucks boss coming up next. We'll touch base with him in a sit-down interview. Look forward to the home opener, discuss the bye week, and a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Bismarck Bucks Coaches Show.
Hey Bucks fans, if you're planning an outing, birthday, or employee appreciation night, then bring your group out to the Buck Stop for a night of fast-paced, high-scoring football. Your group will receive discounted tickets, options for reserved seating, scoreboard messages, VIP services, swag, and a space to gather during the game. You can also participate in pre-game ceremonies, halftime entertainment, in-game contests, and more. Call 701-595-0771 or visit bismarckbucks.com/tickets. All GA is first come, first serve. We'll see you on the turf. Go Bucks!
Indoor football is back in Bismarck. Bucks football season is right around the corner. Grab a friend or family member for a night of action-packed, hard-hitting entertainment. The Bucks open at the Bismarck Event Center May 8th as they take on the Massachusetts Pirates. Catch the sweetest seats in the house right on the sidelines with VIP service at a Bucks turf table. Available now for single-game purchases. Secure your tickets today by calling 701-595-0771. Bucks football, half the field and double the fun.
Is your business phone system outdated and expensive to maintain? Most large VoIP companies leave you on hold or struggling through online support and training for your employees. With Beck Connect, you always have fast, friendly, local support. Familiar faces with the know-how to keep you connected. Take advantage of the newest technology in voice calling, video conferencing, and virtual meeting rooms. Beck Connect gives you all the features you need with no upfront investment and no obsolete hardware or software ever again. Simplify your communications. Choose local. Choose Beck Connect.
Indoor football is back at the Event Center, and the Bismarck Bucks season is right around the corner. The team will be fueled and ready to compete on game days thanks to our 2021 food sponsors. Dine with any of our supporting partners and get a free Bucks ticket to any home game in the 2021 season. Great food and free football. Tickets are first come, first serve, so get yours now. Call 701-595-0771 for more ticket information. And go Bucks!
Welcome back to the show, everyone. As we are every week, we're delighted to be joined by the Bucks boss, head coach Rod Miller. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. I know you say you pretty much consistently preach the work never stops, but coming off the bye week, tell me the batteries are at least a little recharged.
A little recharged, but we still got to keep working. So, it doesn't stop. We didn't have a game, but we still got to prepare and certain other things we had to get ready for. And then, we had a busy weekend as well here with the kids. So, we got a little recharge, but not a whole lot, but I'm still good to go.
The bye week normally breaks up a routine. Was it a little bit strange being that it's only week 3 of the season? You guys didn't have that much of a routine.
Yeah, usually to make up the monotony. For us, it was just, after having training camp, then having a game on the road and, having some couple little injuries and some protocol stuff. So it really gave us a chance to kind of get back in our senses and get back to 100%. And I think that was big for us in hindsight. Like I said, before I mentioned last week, wasn't a big fan of it, but now the timing of it for our situation, current situation, it worked out pretty well.
You've had 2 weeks to prepare for your home opener against Massachusetts. They just played Green Bay on Sunday, your only opponent. How helpful was it to watch that game as a measuring stick for you guys?
It was good to watch it live in person, or not in person, but to watch it live when it happened so we can get some mental thoughts already ahead of time before we even get the film. So I think that kind of helped us to kind of get a pre-game plan of what we want to do and how we want to do things. So it was huge watching that. Like I said, and that's actually our next 2 opponents, so we got a 2-for-1 out of that game.
Taking a look at the Pirates, they have a great dual-threat quarterback in Alejandro Benenfield. 4 touchdowns on the ground, just 5 carries. He also had 1 through the air. How do you game plan for somebody that dynamic?
You always have to game plan and make sure you try to keep him contained and keep him in the pocket, and it's going to be definitely big for our line up front to get some pressure and keep him in pocket. We're going to have to blitz the quarterback to get him off his target sometimes and make him uncomfortable. So those are things we're going to work on for this week to make sure that we put ourselves in position to have a good defensive day against him.
We touched on it last week. Defense doesn't always get a lot of love in the IFL, but your guys' defense really changed the game in your opener. Forced 3 turnovers. You're taking on a Pirates team that takes really good care of the football. How do you try and disrupt them and cause some chaos?
We just got to do what we do. We got to come out, like I said, and disrupt the receivers, throw some timing off, get pressure with our linemen and our linebackers. And we just have to come out and make plays. Like I said, it's not meant for that. We all have the same goal every week to try to get 3 stops. And if we can do that, you're supposed to win a football game. So any combination, if we can hold them to field goals, that's still a half a stop. So, our game plan is to come out, execute, and try to make things happen again so we can get the ball back to our offense so they can get some points on the board.
Switching gears a little bit, I don't have to remind you, it's been over a year since you guys have played a home game. We were just talking before this how you guys are really trying to pack the building.
Right.
Where's the excitement level to finally get back in front of the home fans this Saturday?
It's very exciting. For one, I'm just trying to get over this hump because it's the same thing happened last year. We played 1 game, started preparing for week 2, and week 2 was canceled. So we're trying to get over that hump to make sure we have a game 2, which I know we are, but that's just how excited we are to get to that point. But, to be back at home, to play in front of our fans, I know the fans are thriving and wanting some football at home action. So, we're trying to pack the house on Saturday, get a loud, lively crowd, and come away with a victory.
What do you expect that environment to be like Saturday?
I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be crazy. I know we just had some exciting kids that were here this weekend that are coming. I put a challenge to their parents to make sure that they're coming as well. So, we're excited. But, we're just happy to be at home and give the people here in Bismarck something to cheer about and be proud about and get out of the house and do something fun.
You touched on that kids camp a couple of times already. How important is it for the team to be involved in the community with things like that? And like you said, hopefully get a few more Bucks fans.
It's always good to give back to the community. That's what this league is built around, giving back to the community, and we're always there for the kids. It's about the kids, the future. The kids are the future, so we want to make sure they have exciting, good time, understand what we do, and we want to give back. Because I remember when I was younger, it was all about, when I went there to the University of Nebraska, football players would come to our school and talk to the kids, and that was something you were excited about. We wanted to give that same excitement so these kids have something to be excited about for the future as well.
You touched on the importance of giving back to the community on top of the home opener. Maybe more importantly, it's your breast cancer awareness game. Why did the organization choose to kick off their home slate with that type of cause?
You know, I think just they look back and kind of look at, prioritize, and put things together for the different kind of theme nights. And I think, you know what way to come back and involve the community, not just the kids, but, you know, cancer survivors, family members of cancer survivors. So I think that's a huge way to reach everybody in the community, because I'm sure everybody in some way, shape, or form has been touched by some form of cancer. So I think that's a very good way to start to get the community involved as well with that aspect for our first theme night.
What will the team be doing as far as maybe wearing a little bit of pink and maybe giving some money to certain causes and things like that?
You know, we do have some things, some little pink ribbons that I'm going to probably put on the helmets as well. You know, we don't have home too much, just for the simple fact that it is our first home game. We're unveiling new home uniforms, so you don't want to have to kind of wait to push that back. So unfortunately, we won't have an all pink uniform that's go around, but we'll have like a little pink ribbon or something to commemorate the game night for this week.
Coach, the note we always like to end on, what is your code word of the week this week and why?
You know, for us, it's recovery. Just looking at trying to get back. This week was huge for us to recover. We had a couple guys that got dinged up in the game. It gave them a chance to recover. We have some guys that were out because of protocol reasons to give them some chance to recover. So recovery is good for us this week because it gives us a chance to get back to 100%, get all our guys back healthy and ready to play. So now we have to have some tough decisions as coaches, because now we have a full roster. So now we have to, you know, pick the final 21. So that's a good decision to be in. But, you know, for us, recovery was big this week because that bye week really helped us recover.
Recovery is the code word of the week. Make sure to head to the Bucks social media channels right after the show to see if you can win some cool Bucks swag and prizes. Coach, thanks so much as always for joining us. Good luck this week.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Head coach Rod Miller, thanks so much once again. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're sitting down with a very special guest, IFL Commissioner Todd Tryon. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Bismarck Bucks Coaches Show.
Hey Bucks fans, if you're planning an outing, birthday, or employee appreciation night, then bring your group out to the Buck Stop for a night of fast-paced, high-scoring football. Your group will receive discounted tickets, options for reserved seating, scoreboard messages, VIP services, swag, and a space to gather during the game. You can also participate in pre-game ceremonies, halftime entertainment, in-game contests, and more. Call 701-595-0771 or visit bismarckbucks.com/tickets. All GA is first come, first serve. We'll see you on the turf. Go Bucks!
Indoor football is back in Bismarck. Bucks football season is right around the corner. Grab a friend or family member for a night of action-packed, hard-hitting entertainment. The Bucks open at the Bismarck Event Center May 8th as they take on the Massachusetts Pirates. Catch the sweetest seats in the house right on the sidelines with VIP service at a Bucks turf table. Available now for single-game purchases. Secure your tickets today by calling 701-595-0771. Bucks football, half the field and double the fun.
Is your business phone system outdated and expensive to maintain? Most large VoIP companies leave you on hold or struggling through online support and training for your employees. With Beck Connect, you always have fast, friendly, local support. Familiar faces with the know-how to keep you connected. Take advantage of the newest technology in voice calling, video conferencing, and virtual meeting rooms. Beck Connect gives you all the features you need with no upfront investment and no obsolete hardware or software ever again. Simplify your communications. Choose local. Choose Beck Connect.
Indoor football is back at the Event Center, and the Bismarck Bucks season is right around the corner. The team will be fueled and ready to compete on game days thanks to our 2021 food sponsors. Dine with any of our supporting partners and get a free Bucks ticket to any home game in the 2021 season. Great food and free football. Tickets are first come, first serve, so get yours now. Call 701-595-0771 for more ticket information. And go Bucks!
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We have a wonderful guest on tap for us today. He has a long resume that includes former IFL player, former IFL coach, former IFL owner, but now he simply goes by IFL Commissioner Todd Tryon. We bring him in now. Commissioner Tryon, thanks so much for joining us today.
David, absolutely my pleasure. I appreciate the invite.
Absolutely. Let's just start with an easy one. Only a couple games into the season, we've already had a couple of just fantastic nail-biting finishes. Could have you asked for a better return to IFL football?
No, it's exciting to watch the game being played, and it's even more excited to watch the competition on the field. Both games there in Green Bay the last 2 weeks have kind of come down to the last play, and obviously Bismarck pulling out one of the wins, and Green Bay beating Massachusetts in the second one. So great start to the season.
You didn't have much time to get settled into your role before the pandemic hit. You get hired as the commissioner in October of 2019. Everything sort of comes to a screeching halt in March and April. Take us through what the first few months and I guess what the last year on the job has looked like from your perspective.
Well, the one thing I like about the job is every day it's something different, but the challenge is every day is something different. And I fully believe that my experience in this indoor game has really played well when it comes to what we dealt with the last 12 months, even though there's no blueprint dealing with a pandemic. But to answer your question, and took the position early October, and through October through December, you're kind of putting the league together for the 2020 season, getting the schedule out, and we're kind of humming at a fast pace, and got our season kicked off, and all the other teams were in camp, and we had 2 games played that weekend, and then like everybody else watching the news, how severe is this pandemic going to be, and things came to a screeching halt. And at the time there were tough decisions. Looking back, they were probably pretty easy decisions that we made right, but we had to make a decision on postponing the season, and then getting our players out of town because this was going to last a while, and then ultimately making the tough decision to cancel the season.
I saw a few months ago, you had a really interesting quote. I want to make sure I get this right. At any point, you're either going into the storm, you're in a storm, or you're coming out of the storm. What did it ultimately take to come out on the other side of the storm that has been the last year and set up a successful 2021 IFL season?
I think that's just life in general is one of those 3 things you're dealing with that. And I still don't quite know where we're at. Some may think that we're coming out of the storm, and I think we are. I definitely think there's some blue skies ahead of us. But when we take a look at the past 12 months, if it was not for the quality ownerships that we have in the IFL, we'd have never survived it. And my job was just to kind of hold everything together and keep everybody on track, because idle time can cause trouble with a lot of people, and so we did a great job of strengthening our league through this process, offering more services to the team and keeping in close contact and communication. And I fully compliment our ownership groups on how we're able to kick this 2021 season off with 12 teams, 4 in dormancy. We've already accepted a couple new expansion, and 2022 is shaping up to be a monster year for us. But 2021 is what we have at hand, and we're excited for this season.
I want to go off something that you just mentioned. When you were last an owner of the Storm in 2018, you were one of only 6 teams in the league. You've now doubled that to 12 this season. A few more set to join the league next year. What's allowed the league to expand so rapidly over the past few years?
Well, number one, we found our identity. A quick brief history for you guys. 2009, we were 2 leagues that came together, and we were a 26-team league. And what happened was, through time, there's a lot of owners that probably shouldn't have been involved. You kind of started cutting off the problem teams, and you kind of wiggled down to 6 teams, as you said, and that's really where we found our foundation, found our identity, found out who we wanted to be and where we wanted to go. And quality attracts quality, and that's really what we're seeing right now. Is we're really seeing some quality ownership groups come to the table because of the current quality that we have.
Next year, there'll be 17 teams in the league, more than double from a couple of years ago. Once these new teams get a foothold in their new markets and new buildings, what's your vision for the league over the next 5 to 10 years?
So we do have a 5-year vision plan, and our goal is to be 24 to 28 teams. And we always say it's not about quantity, it's about quality. We want to make sure that each region has got a little pod for our travel, for the travel, so to speak. And, so that's, we got a pretty clear vision over the next 3 to 5 years on who we want to be, where we want to go, what type of people we want to attract, and the regions we're trying to develop.
You touched on the regions. It feels like one of the things that makes the IFL really unique is that you're in smaller markets like here in Bismarck and even in Sioux Falls, and now starting to get into bigger places like Oakland coming next year, Massachusetts new to the league. How does that help the league being in such balanced markets, big and small?
You know, it helps, number one, in parity. I mean, we've shown that the smaller markets can win, even though bigger markets come into play. And I think that's a compliment to our business plan. We've got an outstanding business plan in place that allows a small market team and a big market team to compete. You know, when you talk about big markets, it really helps as we look at kind of our next phase in our league, and that's national sponsorships, becoming a national product. You know, the national audience loves big markets, and so the big markets really help drive the national side of things, but the small markets you know, really helps with the parity, and it shows that our business plan works.
You take a quick look around the IFL's website, it seems like you guys really want to pride yourself on diversity. There are lots of women in leadership roles, including general manager here with the Bucks, Heidi Ripplinger. More than half of the league's coaches come from minorities. How much is that a strength of the league right now, and part of that vision you talked about going forward to continue to try and make the league as diverse in those leadership roles as possible?
You know, I wouldn't say by any means it's intentional. It's just what we're attracting. You know, we're open to, you know, any and all diversity. And, you know, it's just a standpoint that we're a very opening and welcoming league, that, you know, our job is to offer opportunity to people. And don't matter what the diversity side is. It's, you know, we're a platform to offer opportunity, whether that's to get to the next level in football, whether that's to use the platform to, you know, get to a bigger job, if that's to use a platform to network yourself, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, we're just an open door. We're looking for good people that are going to do things the right way, and, you know, diversity or not, it comes down to being good people.
Coach, last question for you. A big draw to the IFL always seems to be the subtle tweaks you get from the NCAA level or from the NFL game. As the season really ramps up here over the next few weeks, what's your elevator pitch to someone who's never been to an IFL game to get them to one this season?
You know, we're in the entertainment business, and I always like to say, hey, we're throwing a huge party this weekend, and a football game might break out. Would love to have you. And that's really what we try to do is we try to put on an entertaining product, not just for the football guy, but for the football mom or son or daughter or husband or whatever the case may be that is showing up, not necessarily for football, because the football is going to be a given. Outstanding entertainment. And as I say, we like to say, hey, the party's going to start at 7. At some point, a game's going to kick off.
Well, we're hoping we have a party here in Bismarck for the home opener against the Pirates this Saturday. Commissioner Tryon, we thank so much. We know you're a busy man. Thanks for taking a few minutes today, and we're knocking on wood for a full, healthy, and an unabridged IFL 2021 season.
You bet. You and me both, David. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. Our special thanks to Commissioner Tryon for helping us out this week and taking a few minutes out of his schedule to help us out. We're going to take a short break, come back with Hurry Up Offense.
Hey Bucks fans, if you're planning an outing, birthday, or employee appreciation night, then bring your group out to the Buck Stop for a night of fast-paced, high-scoring football. Your group will receive discounted tickets, options for reserved seating, scoreboard messages, VIP services, swag, and a space to gather during the game. You can also participate in pre-game ceremonies, halftime entertainment, in-game contests, and more. Call 701-595-0771 or visit bismarckbucks.com/tickets. All GA is first come, first serve. We'll see you on the turf. Go Bucks!
Indoor football is back in Bismarck. Bucks football season is right around the corner. Grab a friend or family member for a night of action-packed, hard-hitting entertainment. The Bucks open at the Bismarck Event Center May 8th as they take on the Massachusetts Pirates. Catch the sweetest seats in the house right on the sidelines with VIP service at a Bucks turf table. Available now for single-game purchases. Secure your tickets today by calling 701-595-0771. Bucks football, half the field and double the fun.
Is your business phone system outdated and expensive to maintain? Most large VoIP companies leave you on hold or struggling through online support and training for your employees. With Beck Connect, you always have fast, friendly, local support. Familiar faces with the know-how to keep you connected. Take advantage of the newest technology in voice calling, video conferencing, and virtual meeting rooms. Beck Connect gives you all the features you need with no upfront investment and no obsolete hardware or software ever again. Simplify your communications. Choose local. Choose Beck Connect.
Indoor football is back at the Event Center, and the Bismarck Bucks season is right around the corner. The team will be fueled and ready to compete on game days thanks to our 2021 food sponsors. Dine with any of our supporting partners and get a free Bucks ticket to any home game in the 2021 season. Great food and free football. Tickets are first come, first serve, so get yours now. Call 701-595-0771 for more ticket information. And go Bucks!
Time for another Hurry Up Offense. This week we're talking to Larry Omalayo, offensive lineman here for the Bucks. Larry, we're going to throw some rapid fire questions your way, learn a little bit more about you. Ready to rock and roll?
Sounds good.
All right, let's do this thing. First things first, always important to know about somebody. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Ooh, that's tough. I would have to go with orange sherbet.
Ooh, orange sherbet, I like that. What is who's the best dancer on the team?
Best dancer? I would have to give it to Big Mike Carnahan.
There's a talk that you are the best trash talker on the team. True or false? One word, true or false?
False, false. I'll say I talk a little bit, but I say the best trash talk on the team will go to Big Sterling.
Okay, Sterling Clark, I didn't see that coming. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie, Rush Hour.
When they make the movie about your life, who's playing you?
Ooh, that's tough. I would have to say Shia LaBeouf.
IFL city you're looking forward to visiting the most?
Arizona.
Most memorable football moment for you?
I think it would be my spring ball, my junior year going to my senior, when after our game, our coach decided to announce captains, and at halftime, I was decided to be one of the captains for the upcoming season.
Favorite part about playing in the IFL?
Favorite part about playing in the IFL, honestly, is just getting to know a bunch of different guys from all different types of walks of life, from the NFL to even just playing from a higher level for me, at the FBS level, or just come from Canada, just being able to compete against different athletes and at the highest level. So that was my favorite part about playing in the IFL.
Larry, thanks so much. This has been another Hurry Up Offense. Special thanks to Larry for helping us out this week. Hit us up on social media for who you might want to see next. And speaking of social media, this is the time of the week where we get to give out some swag to our Bucks Code Word of the Week winner from last week, Tina Mitchell. Tina, make sure you keep refreshing that inbox over the next day or two, and watch out. We'll be getting in touch with you to let you know what you've won and how to collect your prize. Let's take a quick look at what the code word of the week for week 3 was. Recovery. That is the word to look out for on social media. Head to the Bucks Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram to find out how you can win, and tune in every week at 7 o'clock every Wednesday night to find out how you can win. That's going to do it for this week. Make sure you try and get to the Bismarck Event Center this Saturday. It is a 6:05 kickoff for Bismarck's home opener. They're playing one of the IFL's newest franchises. The Massachusetts Pirates will have the call right here on Beck with a 5:50 pregame 6:05 kickoff on Beck Sports. For our entire Beck News and Beck Sports crew, I'm David Sugarman. Until Saturday, have a safe week, everybody.